I just want to say we're so happy to be here. I think exactly what Bob said is the key, and that is that when we filed this case, Lois and I, in 1995, and we finally got the Supreme Court to rule favorably 10 years ago, the big shift was that previously courts had been talking about how bad institutions are, bad places for people to live for many reasons, abuse and neglect and danger, but the obvious thing hadn't been said yet, which is that it's a segregated environment. You know, what could be more obvious? But finally that was, I mean, that's a joke that we didn't figure that out before. And so Lois is here because she got out of Georgia Regional Hospital after spending most of her life in institutions. And so I hope she chooses to tell you a little bit about what a waste of her potential and her possibilities, and many thousands of people still today being segregated in institutions, and how exciting it is for her to be participatory in her community ever since then. Lois, you want to please tell me?
You're gonna write me down. Okay, I got at the Elementary in 1990. I was in Georgia region for a long time. I had went to jail for how long I been in jail? When you got me out, you in jail.
Just for a short while in jail, mostly at Georgia region.
I was out of Georgia region. Jefferson Train got me out on bond, and my case was $200 to get out. And then I did the activated assault.
Do you want to tell them what you do now that you're out?
I thank the Lord Elaine had died, because she was going through a lot of training with Diane. She got the ammunition with me. And we went to Superior Court and closed the case.
Lois just mentioned Elaine, who was the co-plaintiff in the case, and unfortunately she passed away about 5 years ago. So that's who Lois was just talking about. Do you want to tell them what you're doing now that you're out, what your life is like?
My life is better because I do art. I paint pictures at Sycamore Drive, Decatur. I go to Harvard Law with Lee Sidra. I go to 2 art classes in the morning at 9 o'clock. I'll be ready to go with Lee out to Sycamore Drive and Hobby Lobby. At 9 o'clock, I'll be there at the Pierce on Sycamore Drive. I did last year, I went with Lee Sanders to Hobby Lobby and the Pierce. I did a lot of art. I painted a lot of pictures. I did about 100 worth of pictures. And the FA came and got me. And Howard helped me out there this year. And then the FA had come back with the promotion $3.50 to get on. I used to go to Jessica House Friday every weekend. And I used to do painting. And I was glad to see that.
And let's say one more thing, Lois, that she'd been institutionalized for most of her life, roughly 14 years. And when she escaped from that life in 1999, she never went back. She never had any reason whatsoever to be re-institutionalized because she has a full life in the community.
Yeah.
Where does she live now?
I live at Yucca 207 Yucca Drive, Decatur, Georgia, 30302. Miss Hollis and Lois Curtis. My house parent. I'm one patient now. It's the address.
So should we wrap it up at this point? Thank you very much. And Lois is a parent. Yay!
As you can see, Lois had spent years and years and years segregated within an institution, and now is living in a community residence with the support she needs to have a life of her own, to have an address of her own, and to be the artist that she is. And the singer that she is as well.